It's fair to say that I've led somewhat of an unconventional life. I was always taught the American dream is to settle down, buy a house, have kids, and eventually retire comfortably. And don't get me wrong, for many it still is, and that's great. But to me, it always felt a little limiting. I grew up thinking that whatever you had in your bank account was directly proportional to one's happiness. As it turns out, I don't need that much. When I'm not on the road or on a plane, my needs are pretty simple. I drive a 15-year-old SUV with nearly 200,000 miles on it. No wife, no dependents. I live in a modest one-bedroom place in a nice quiet little beach town. One of the perks is that it's less than half a mile away from the breaking waves of the Pacific Ocean and some really incredible sunsets. Another perk of living a relatively pared-down, simple existence is that it allows me to travel when either work or opportunity beckons. Because for me, I see life as one grand adventure. And so I live it as such. My instincts are simple. If I have an opportunity to create a standout day versus one that'll merely bleed into all others, I will often choose the former. I have to admit though, I wasn't always this way. I always thought amassing wealth would equate to a happier life. And as a naturally scared kid, I was always afraid to venture beyond the breakwater, instead opting for routine and content to simply exist in the world. My personal hero, Anthony Bourdain, has a quote that really speaks to me. And it goes, "I understand there's a guy inside of me who wants to lay in bed, smoke weed all day, and watch cartoons and old movies. My whole life is a series of stratagems to avoid and to outwit that guy." That was me. And if I'm really honest, that is still me to a degree. Whenever I lace up my shoelaces, before I hit confirm on plane tickets, there's often a little voice telling me to stick to routine and what's comfortable. But each time I manage to get out the door, with each venture into the unfamiliar, piece by piece, I feel like I'm crafting the new me. An active participant versus a mere spectator of life. Where the currency of story, not money, is my barometer for success. Because the memories I've collected have been far more rewarding. The people I've connected with, far more invaluable. It's a big world out there, and it's certainly impossible to see it all. But one can certainly try. So instead of waiting until I'm 65 and retired, I choose to do it now.
Me? Yeah. I'm having a great time. Energy here is incredible.
This is awesome.
Way to go, Justin. Good finish. Give it up.
Go out and live the life you deserve. A life lived on your terms. Are you unhappy at your job? Use this as a permission to at least explore your true calling. Because money, while a practical necessity, sure, is far less satisfying than finding your purpose. One that both feeds your soul and, God willing, hopefully one day your family as well. The adventure or travel you've been putting off, as I've said before, neither your health nor your mortality are a given. So give yourself the green light to live a little more urgently and a little more purposefully. Is there somebody out there that currently has your heart but you haven't quite worked up the courage yet? Listen, it's the scariest thing in the world and I get it, but the temporary sting of rejection is worth the upside of finding the love of your life. So take a leap. Remember to prioritize human relationships above all else. Your family, your friends, your running community. You do those things and you will look back on a life well lived. A life on your terms. The only life we get. Have a happy and wonderful 2020, everyone.